Hello, kiddies. How are you doing today? Hello, everybody. I know there's not a lot of us in here yet because your dad made a spur of the moment decision. Let me turn myself up here. Sorry. Made a spur of the moment decision. I was like, I should take the night off, but honestly, I got a pretty good ass dad nap today. And the show went well. It was great. Thank you so much. And I'll actually wait to thank everyone until we get more people in here because I want to say thank you to as many of you as possible because you're so kind and you're the best children. Tiffany, you're the best. Don't tell the others. Wendy, you're the best. Don't tell the others. Melly, you're the best. Don't tell the others. Everybody's the best. Susie, Fluffy, Sherilyn. It's 6:45 a.m. where you are and you're still awake. Susie, go to bed soon, dear. It was good. Tonight was good. And what the hell are you guys doing? I'm supposed to be asleep, says Ernie Birdie. We're live streaming. We're going to learn about OSINT today. And I'm challenging. Why did I say it like that? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Sup, see a note. Hello, lady in Boston. I'm challenging myself tonight to get to the fucking point very quick because I really only have like 30 minutes with you guys because your dad got Raisin Canes. And when your dad's boyfriend gets home, we're fucking tearing into it because I have not eaten yet. Today was a crazy day. I'm going to power through this. I'm going to say hello to all of you. I'm playing you all on the bottom so you can see who's in here among your brothers and sisters. I'm so sorry. This is a last minute thing. Damn, I need another beer, says Sherilyn. Go get another beer, little sweet child. Get fucked up for Dad's live. Mute? Am I on mute? Who's on mute? Am I on mute? I better not be on mute. Can you hear me? 30 precious minutes. I know you can hear me. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is, I don't know what it is. It's the cheap shit. And it's rubbed off because your dad was chain smoking. I was a little nervous today. Here's a brief rundown. As you guys might have known, for those of you who didn't, I was recording a comedy album tonight. I've been doing comedy for 15 years. I've tried to record an album. This is my third time. The first two times, there were hella production issues. Audio, video, all of it got fucked up. That sucks when you invest in things. Luckily, I didn't invest too much, which is probably why I got fucked up. But this is my third time. And I was able to perform on the same stage that 15 years ago this weekend, I performed comedy on for the first time in Austin, Texas. It's called the Velveeta Room. It's the oldest comedy club in Texas. Literally 15 years ago last night, aka this past day, was my first time ever setting foot on stage. It was that stage. So I felt very comfortable. I was very excited. Some shit went down beforehand though. First of all, woke up a little bit late. That's why I said I had a good dad nap. Got up a little late for my liking, had a lot to do. One of the dogs, the new Hugin that I am pup sitting, decided to eat the other Hugin's food. My Hugin's food. They switched foods. They both puked, probably because they're not used to it. They both puke. It smells bad. So your dad's boyfriend, being a fucking gentleman, while I'm doing my makeup, panicking because I'm going to be late, your dad's boyfriend says, I will clean up the puke. Now, the problem is dad's boyfriend is not good around puke. So he immediately starts gagging. Then I start gagging. Then he starts puking. Then I run in the bathroom. My eyes start watering. I hold in the puke. I swallow it. I know it's disgusting, but this is what fucking happened to your dad this morning. I swallow the puke. I'm like, not on my watch. Then I start to cry because it was gross. And I went, what is wrong with me? How is today going to start off this day? Then I come out. The dogs have puked again because dad's boyfriend puked. Dad's boyfriend then runs back in the bathroom. Then I puke. Everybody's puking. That's great. All because of the smell from the dog. Hello. Hugin is a troublemaker. So now it's a house of barf and a house of lies because we're all trying to pretend like we're okay and we are not fucking okay. Then he's like, "Oh, food." And I'm like, "Oh." We skip the food. We say, "You know what? Yeah, the chain reaction," which by the way has only happened to me one other time in life, I think, maybe twice. No, once. It was ACL weekend. They had just dropped all this Dillo dirt, which is Dillo shit, armadillo shit, on the ground 3 days before ACL, which is an outdoor festival, not the bone in your knee, the knee bone. They put armadillo shit everywhere. Isolate temporary Hugin. He was isolated after that. That was not a good idea either, but it kind of was. We'll explain later. Anyway, we're all hanging out in the Dillo shit, watching a band called Here We Go Magic, who was amazing. All of a sudden, it starts pouring down rain. The Dillo shit under our feet is now wet. We are now in pure shit. Everybody started puking at ACL. So everyone is walking in sandals through hot shit and vomit. But your dad saw Eddie Vedder that day, so it was fucking worth it. Anyway, this is not a comedy skit. This is real fucking life. This happened. It was you know what? If we all took shits in our pants, I would have been better with it. Although dogs don't wear pants, and I am highly against that. I think they should, but if it's uncomfortable for them, I get why not. The point is, had it been shit, I might have been able to deal. Probably not, to be honest with you, but I'm trying to put on my big girl pants. The vomit was too much. It was bad. And then when I see people gagging, that's what makes me go off. It was a house of barf. It was a house of barf. It was a house of barf. So then I know, right? And I considered telling them that, but no, your dad went off script. Yeah, bodily fluids. It was disgusting. Fluids. It was a moist house. It was a hot, moist house, and none of us were happy. How do they collect the armadillo shit? I'm assuming they squeeze armadillos. I don't know. It would be funny to imagine a factory full of people squeezing armadillos so the shit comes out. Their little snake holes. But I have no idea. I don't know how they harvest the poop. They probably have armadillo farms. I don't know. Apparently, it's very expensive. The city pays a lot of money for it, but it makes the grass green. I don't know if they have a cloaca. I will ask the next armadillo I see. These are great questions, by the way. I'm thrilled. I stepped in my cat's puke barefoot. I can't. My big dog threw up all over the rug. It looked like undigested. What is Weetabix? Sounds fancy. Sounds like something that is good for diabetes. I see Eddie Vedder nearly every day when he drives his motorcycle past his house. Trap him for me. Contact your dad. Trap him for me. I will send you merch. Oh my God, trap him. I saw Eddie Vedder that night jump off of the stage thinking it was mud, face first into armadillo shit, slid like a fucking, what are they called? Slip and slide through shit. He started screaming midway through. He knew what happened when it happened. And when he stood up right in front of me. He turned and he said, is this shit? And then he touched all of our hands. And I got shit on my hand. It was already up to my knees. Why not? That was a great night. Your dad did lose his shoes and have to walk home 4 miles. Strangely, nobody fucks with you when you're covered in shit. Would you believe it? The one time I don't fucking get bothered by strangers or attacked by a gang, the one time I don't, like I'm constantly, they're just chasing me. But seriously, that was the most dangerous moment ever. I walked 4 miles barefoot alone. It occurred to me just now at this very moment, I should just cover myself in shit if I have to go somewhere dangerous. Nobody bothered me. If anything, I was turned away. That feels pretty good. Hey, word of advice to all of you who need a moment alone. Shit all over yourself. It works. A self-defense shit. I do have a theory. If we all have liquid ass, it's a good way to identify someone after they've attacked you. Get them in the face with liquid ass instead of mace. Then everybody will go, who attacked you? The guy who smells like he shit himself. The problem is if he already shit himself. It really just depends on your attacker. The point is, it was a bad fucking start. I'm walking to the club. Well, first I'm driving there and I noticed that's a weird sound coming from my car. Your dad ran over a tree branch. It was stuck up in the hypogloides of my car. I just made up a thing. It was stuck in something and it was grinding the whole way. I don't know if it destroyed my car. I don't know. I made it there. It's not a bad idea, but you do smell like shit. Good point. Yes, true. I fucking love you too. So I'm driving. I drive over a tree branch. It's stuck underneath my car. I'm fine. Defecation defense is amazing. Yeah, let's not talk about shit anymore. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about your dad has a tree under his car. I have a tree under my car. And if I back up, it grinds harder. So then I park. I get out of the car. I start walking to the club. I walk past a place that is a wonderful place called the Arts Center that takes care and helps out human beings who are down on their luck, homeless people. All of the homeless and, people who are there getting treatment from Arch, they like to hang out outside of Arch. They're all gathered around. And they are watching your dad walk. And as I'm walking, I had to do the usual. I don't have any cigarettes on me. I don't have any money on me because I didn't. Because I left all my shit in the car. And as I turned back to go get it right in front of them, your dad face plants. And then your dad pulled something in the back of his, what do you call it? It was my calf. I stood up. One of them said, "Shake it off, you big old bitch." I swear to God, I thought, "El hombre? Is that you? El hombre? Shake it off, you big old bitch," is the funniest thing that anyone has heckled me with. And I was not on stage. It is I started laughing to the point where I was almost crying. They were all laughing. Then they asked me if I'm okay. I said, "Do you want to open for me?" And the guy's like, "Nah, I got shit to do." And then I walked to my car. As I'm walking to my car, I realized this hurts very bad. Whatever happened to me feels like a Charlie horse, mid Charlie horse. If you don't know what that is, it's when the back, the big part that's supposed to be muscle, but it's just fucking fat. The big chunk, the round, the calf of your leg when it goes, ah. So it did that. But it wasn't Charlie horse. I don't know what happened. Something inside of your dad may have ripped. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It has never happened. I've never felt that pain before. El hombre is not allowed. But that could have been El hombre. He did not tell me if he was. After your dad tore whatever muscle that was, he decided to walk across the street the other way. And that's when a lot of wonderful youth decided to, I mean, they weren't youth. They were clearly young college kids. They were all dressed like anime characters. And they all screamed at me, "Stop, Hadouken." And then they Hadoukened your dad, which is just doing this at me as I'm trying to cross. I missed the crossing point. Now I have to wait for the light. Now your dad's getting pissed. Why am I being Hadoukened by strangers? Then I run into a buddy of mine, Lemaire, right outside the club, who informs me it's Black Anime Weekend. Let's pause for a minute. There's a Black Anime Festival in Austin, apparently. It is where Black kids get to celebrate their love of anime. And I love that so fucking much. And I really think it's funny that when he was telling me about this, Lemaire made it a point to say Black Anime Weekend. So I went, wow, that's a thing. That's really cool. Imagine your dad all night discuss. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Dad's boyfriend's home. It's almost time for chicken. We're gonna have to cut this. We're gonna have to cut this off soon because it's chicken time. Oh shit! Oh, the Hugin almost got out again. That's my bad. You were ready though. You were fucking ready. That was sick. Oh wow, the Hugin almost got out again. They didn't fucking warn me. The kid. This is your fault. This is your fucking fault, kids. Anyway, turns out it's not actually Black Anime Weekend. That was made up by my friend Lemaire. It is DreamCon. Anybody can go. Now, Lemaire didn't tell your dad this. So your dad was running around screaming it's Black Anime Weekend. Turns out it's just all anime weekend. It's DreamCon, whatever that is. I did get Hadoukened outside the club. That was a sassy prank. So now your dad's been pranked twice in 2 days by you kids and by my opener. That was amazing. Anyway, I went in there. I saw some old friends. It was fun. It went well. Your dad forgot to change into his clothes that he planned on wearing for the special. So I'm wearing an old dirty t-shirt that I slept in. Yeah, I got pronked. I got pronked good. That is a good. It's not plonked. Tiff, it's plonked. But now it's plonked. Now it's plonked. Anyway, yeah, my leg's still fucked up. I don't know what's wrong with it. I still haven't told. Your dad hasn't told his boyfriend yet. There is chicken in the fridge. Get the Hugin. Is that Mookie's or Hugin? Look at him wearing an all elite shirt, dude. Ooh, they can see your Chinese. Volcom. Show them Mookie. Quit showing them his winkus. Show them Mookies. Hi, honey. Say hello to everybody. Oh, he upside down. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Mookies. What the fuck is that face? Oh my God. Patronus Glow, hello. I missed you, bud. Where are you? Did you guys see the Mookies? He was upside down. Yeah, at least I wasn't covered in armadillo shit. This is a house of puke. I have a leg of pain. The homeless people burned the shit out of me. They should be in roast battle. I gotta tell you about that. Got fucking burned. God damn, I got burned. Yeah, oh my goodness, his face, right? He's perfect. He does look high, Bun Bun and Jax. Bug eyes, slobber lips. He's perfect. Mookies. He loves being on camera. Anyway, tomorrow night's going to be even better. It's going to be amazing. A ton of other things happen. We'll get to that later. I want to hurry up and do this because I've got maybe 10 minutes to spare and it's not going to take long. It's really not. You can reference this video later to check back on this technique. Now, I am going to tell you, yes, the streets are rough these fucking days. They're bad. Who thinks the Hugin looks like his mom? He does look just like me, doesn't he? We have the same nose. He does snort. He goes. He is smoking bacons and Turkham streets. Baby Hugin contributed to the leg damage, I bet. I bet you're right. I'm so happy to see Patronus. How are you doing? He is so stinking cute. Yeah, Dylan's mustache is sick. It's on point tonight. Brother Adam, thank you for rallying the troops. They do resemble us. Dude, I swear to God, me and Hugin have the same body. We have the same body. It's crazy. He's got little rice teeth. They're so cute. Anyway, let's get to the fucking point because your dad. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you in advance. I'm not going to respond to any chat while I do this so that you can reference it back later. Hello, you two bad actors. How have you been doing? I bet you've been dragging assholes on the internet. Fucking hilarious. I love you two bad actors. Duty Ron was cracking up at your clown picture. I was too. I was like, oh, Susie, you got a Hugin. Susie Q's Hugin too. I'm glad to check in with you guys. I was like, I need someone to tell this to because this is fucking crazy. What a wild day. Tomorrow's going to be better. We love you. You missed the Hugin. If you go back, you can see him upside down. It's perfect. Should have given him a Spider-Man kiss. He'll just lick me in my nose. He's insane. Holy Benson Batman. He left a comment today. Oh, shit. I got to go see that tea. I bet it's piping hot. Dude, your dog Max, send me pics. And also, okay, I'm going to say this, then we're going to get into this. It's going to take me 10 minutes and then I got to go. And I am going to go very fast, but don't worry, you can slow it down to 0.75 at the there on your YouTube shit. There's going to be a little cranky screw. You touch that. And then you put it to 0.75. Before we do that, Fuck My Life 2 Hoogans. That's my comedy album name. Don't forget that. I'm taking that, Susie. I'll send you something for that. Fuck My Life 2 Hoogans. It's perfect. You just name the album. Yes, Auntie Deb texted me many times today and let me know about your Gay Jeff channel. He's very proud of you. He thinks you're hilarious. He loves it. He is honored to be your auntie. Honored. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to thank you guys. Thank you to those of you who, right before I left for the show, like, y'all were sending me emails. We hope you do well, Diddy. Break a leg, Diddy. Whoever said that, fucking be careful. You might be a psychic. You guys were just being so sweet. Some of you sent me donations. You don't have to do that. I love you so much, though. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are fucking rule. Some of you were just sending me sweet, kind emails. You sent me pictures of your hoogans. And I'm not talking about your penises. I'm talking about straight up cats and dogs. And you know, I love it. Got a couple of bunny rabbits. Fucking Adam. And fucking 3 dots with the eyes. Love your bunnies. You guys have the best bunnies. You're a bunny channel. And I love that about you. All right. We're going to get to the point. Because your dad needs to eat chickens. If you open up Audacity, you can walk through it. I highly recommend just watch this. And then, and here I'm going to do entire screen. Can I do audio? Yes, I can. Fuck yes. All right. It will not let me. Okay, excellent. Good. So we can't share audio. That's good. Share tab or screen instead. Well, I can't share a tab. Well, fuck. There we go. That works. Boom. I'm going to share entire screen. Okay. Perfect. I am now going to step into dad mode. Imagine I'm talking about the thermostat. That is my sensibility right now. Because I'm on a thermostat rant, your dad's not paying attention to what you're saying. We have to get through this. Your dad has mental problems. If I don't fucking do it this way, we're never going to get through. And my life is going to crumble around me. Yes, I will be weaker. It will be easier for you to overthrow me, but you're not ready. When you are ready, take a swing at your old man. But right now, it's not today, kids. All right. Let's get through this. I will acknowledge you at the end. I love you. Okay. So let me take off this. We're going into power hour. We're in power hour right now, which is really power 10 minutes. Let me remove everything from here. I'm removing it all so that you don't see shit except Audacity. Well, actually, I'll put that back up. Okay. If you want this program, you can go to audacityteam.org. It is absolutely free. They do free updates. It's amazing. It's simple. It's easy. If you're a sound person or somebody who is cultured in making music online, and this is a thing you do all the time, that is fantastic. I'm happy for you. I realize this is utter shit compared to Ableton, Fruity Loops, whatever the fuck you use. Fine. Get that. This is simple. This is easy. This is just for a few purposes. So if you want that, it's audacityteam.org. I will put it in the description. We're moving on. Now, once you get the program, you open it, you can pull up waves. Wave files are on the newer Audacity, I think you can do MP3s. You can export as MP3s. In this instance, we're doing a sound wave. So what I'm going to do is I popped a phone call in here. This is from Rock Chalk True Crimes channel. This is actually a phone call I analyzed live on her channel. I could not find it. Otherwise, I would have just referenced it and you guys could watch that. If she does have it up, I will link it below. I need to contact her to find out where. She had me analyze this because she wanted to know, there was some debate in her chat, if this was one person or two people who were, I wouldn't even say prank calling her. They were calling and threatening her in a way. Because they were, I say in a way, because it was just a threatening phone call from people in the Oklahoma cases with Jillian Butler and Veronica, who went missing, the 2 moms. So basically, she was getting these calls. People were saying, obviously, it's 2 women. And other people were saying, you know, it might be the same person. It sounds like the same. She had a theory that it was Granny Tiff herself and possibly a younger person. To me, it was kind of obvious that it was 2. But we wanted confirmation. People were like, well, we're not going to believe it till we see some proof. So we were talking about, how one could prove that. And I explained, well, it's actually kind of easy because they have such different like tones and pitches. So what I did was I made a video for rock, just like the one I'm showing you here. I'm going to walk through it. It's going to take about 2 minutes, but you're going to be able to slow it down and do it yourself with any other audio. First, I want to go over, what is this good for? How can we use this in crime? Stalking. Do you have a stalker? Are they calling you constantly? Are you trying to figure out if it is someone that you know? Do you have a different voice recording or perhaps a TikTok of this person or any video of them talking who you suspect? Do you want to compare their voice to the person calling you or stalking you? Countless times. This has been used to decipher, not just Audacity specifically, but the technique and the method, which you could really do in any other program, but this is the easiest one. You can also use it to separate CCTV audio. If you have audio, but the people are off camera, or perhaps it's blurry, you can't see who's talking, this method can be used for that. Last, Zodiac Killer, Rex, Weepy Voice Killer. What do they have in common? They called the victims' families. Bobby Joe Long, I believe. No, it wasn't Bobby Joe Long. It was the other guy that Douglas worked with, Glenn. So they all would call in, and there were times when there was a Zodiac copycat who would call in and pretend to be the Zodiac, including on that infamous talk show segment. That wasn't actually him. That was a guy in a psych ward. That was not him. One of the ways that we can determine, is this person actually the same, let's say, Zodiac or Rex that called so-and-so's sister or mother or cousin? You can do it through tonal and pitch identification using various types of software. It doesn't always work if they are very close in the same pitch and tone. I'll warn you on that. But you can also use it to clean up audio. For example, in the Delphi case, remember all the wind down the hill? You can take that out. You can use a noise reduction setting. There are things that you can do to clean up audio, and there are things you can do to decipher different voices, different tones, different pitches that can be used in various true crime situations. Those are just a few examples. I think the most common one it can be used for is probably the stalking, identifying someone who's prank calling you or giving you a hard time. Maybe someone threatened you and you got their voice and you're not sure, like, is this my ex? If you have old footage of them, again, you need something to compare it to. But in the case of just separating who's talking, that's what we're going to use this for, because this was a semi-unique situation, but it's a really great example of how this shit can be used. So first thing we're going to do, when you import, if it is on a setting where you're stereo versus mono, it's going to change how it looks. In one instance, it will be one of these. In another, it'll be two. They separate it, right? So what we're going to do, I've already imported the track. You could just do that by coming over here, selecting import, boom. So we're going to come over here and we're going to mix it because we want it mono. Right now, it is stereo. So now it is down to mono. Now I'm going to come back to the comments because I need you to put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. You should be hearing Rock Chalk True Crime pop up. Tell me if you can hear her voice.
Me myself, how fun.
1 in the chat if
I love
you
you all. This is so
can
cool.
hear her. Also, Kraken Studio. Yes, I have. The problem is a lot of it is shitty. The AI is so terrible. It's really bad. Like, it's wrong a lot of the time. That's why during the Sebastian case for the photo ones, I was like, this is ridiculous, because they were using all these free ones that have like the worst rating, not very many people using it. And then the best ones have a really shitty rating too. So even if they paid for it, it's like still not going to be as good. And also, I think it's important for us to get a visual. I think that it helps kind of hone our skills. But you know how people say, like, I won't believe it till I see it. I think that this helps with that a lot. Giving people a visual, especially if you're talking to a jury, I would imagine being able to show them exactly what the differences are in a way, musically, scientifically. I think that that's more important, because if an AI just tells them, then in a way that can also sway future juries that think AIs are always dead ass, and they aren't. They they might notice a trend or pattern in specific ways of speaking that don't actually apply to tone and pitch, and then it'll feed you back that info. So I prefer to personally do it this way, but I think in 10 to 15 years, yeah, AI is going to be totally on point. I know that there are some programs you can buy that are insanely expensive that'll do that, but we ain't got time for that. So, okay, back to this. So now what we have is we have this going. It's ready to go. You guys can hear it. That's great. What I want to do is I'm going to, and I could go all day with a tutorial on this. We're just going to do what's essential.
Now, I'm going to assume that you're going to be
So that's Rock
not
talking to the caller.
crazy stuff here. I don't
Now
mind hearing what you got
just
to
want the
say,
caller.
and hopefully it's good. But even if it's bad,
I'm going to pause this so I can zoom in like this. I can go right here.
Oh,
Boom. So I'm just going to take this and delete it. I'll show you guys how to do that later. But basically, you can delete chunks using this part or this part. Let's play it again.
It's been really confusing with all the family members and everything. Trying to figure out who's who, but it just seems like a lot of the stuff that's getting posted is like slander. It just doesn't seem backed by evidence. Like, I'm not seeing a lot of credible sources.
Boom. We'll stop right there. Credible sources. All right. I am going to take this and I'm going to copy and paste, which is CTRL-D, duplicate. All right. So now this is actually going to be way louder. Be careful with your ears.
It's been really confusing with all the family members and everything.
Because I doubled the audio. So that doubles the volume pretty much. So now we're going to come over here. I'm going to show you. Now I've already listened to this whole call. So I'm just going to show you the end when the other person comes in.
So with these court cases, did you ever see that Veronica's brother molested those kids? Did you see that?
Jesus. All right. So we're just going to do right here because we got that far, right? So let's copy that. So now we have two different ones. Now let's get rid of this first one completely because we have the two voices that we need to analyze, right? So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, or you can highlight it, you can drag it. I'm just going to copy it, bring it right up here next to this. And then I'm going to take it. And in a minute, I'm going to drag this under so that we can get a different visual. So I'm keeping this here, but I'm going to mute it. All right. So now these two are different voices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in to show you something. All right. And actually, all right. So right here, I'm just selecting this chunk, the first chunk. I'm going to go to Analyze. All right. Well, actually, no, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to Tools. Wait, where the fuck did they move it? Oh, they moved it to Effect. Sorry, I'm going to Effect. And I'm going to go to Change Pitch. Why am I going to change pitch? Because when you do that, it gives you what the pitch of the original voice is. In this case, it's an F. So this chunk of audio, the pitch is F. All right? Ignore what you want to change it to. That's up to you. We're just looking here. Pitch is F, right? Cancel. Now we're going to come highlight this one. Effect. Change pitch. Do you see the pitch here? D sharp, E flat. Totally different pitch. In this instance, I would just stop and go case closed. There's not much you can do to change that without using a voice alteration device. And even if you do, it doesn't typically change the pitch so much as it puts an effect on it, if that makes sense. So at this point, I could tell Rock Chalk right away, oh, look, let me show you. This pitch is F. This pitch, and I actually just changed it. So let me go CTRL Z. If you ever want to backtrack, you can see it physically move. Let me show you something else. Right here, listen to this. Do you see how that is like a little long oval? Watch this. That's her taking a breath. That's how she breathes. Most people breathe the same almost every time. So if I were going through, by the way, Granny Tiff from the Oklahoma Devil's Rejects folks, if I were going through hers looking at audio of her talking, anytime I saw something that was long like that, I would assume that's a breath. And most of the time, get it right. See this right here? This is possibly a partial breath. Let's see. Yep. That's like right after you talk and you go blah, 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 da, 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 da. This is her getting ready to fucking let out a tirade. Like, okay, hear me. Does that make sense? Now over here, let's take a look at this bitch's breath.
Just
Oh, that's not a breath. See how I thought it was? Because it looks kind of like Granny Tiff's. So this person saying just is about the same audio as Granny Tiff breathing. See if we can hear some more breaths from her. Any of them.
trying to figure out who's who, but it just seems like a lot of the stuff that's getting posted is like slander. It just doesn't seem backed by evidence. Like, I'm not seeing a lot of credible sources.
Okay, so she just doesn't fucking breathe, I guess. I remember cleaning this up. I know there's more of her talking, so I know she breathes in that. But I think the best way to show you a visual is to let's zoom in here. So see how thin it looks now? This is stretching it out. So I can typically tell.
So with these court cases, did you ever see that Veronica's brother molested those
coming
kids?
Up.
Did you see that?
You see how you didn't even hear it there?
Molested those kids? Did you see that?
See that? It's so fast. That's why we take it and we take little parts and we listen. Like, listen to this. That is someone in the background. What if I wanted to enhance that and hear what that is? I would take this. I would go to effect and I would go to amplify and see how it naturally amplifies it to be as loud as the rest. That's typically overdoing it. So I'm going to do 25, which is see how little that is? 25 times the volume it originally was. Now watch. Now we can hear it louder. This is exactly how they likely did the down the hill audio when they wanted to enhance it. And then I can hit CTRL-R and repeat that. Now, does it fit in with the rest? Cover your ears.
So with these...
That's not her. That's probably a dog barking, actually. Interesting, huh? So, that's one way. Another way is we can take this and we can, here's my favorite. This is the easiest. Check that out. Do you see the difference, how wide that is and how short that is? This isn't even touching. This is touching. Those are two different people talking. Look at the lows and the mids and the highs. It's completely different. And the further you zoom out, the more obvious it becomes. Different people. Visually, this is longer. This is shorter. Now, I could go into the dynamics of that. That would be a 30-minute symposium. I don't have the time. I am not John Ray. If you thought you heard a dog bark, good job. You're fucking wicked smart genius. And I love you kids, and you're the best. That's literally it. That's it. We did it. We absolutely did it. We knocked it out in 10 minutes. I cannot believe that. Now, I have so much to say about that case. I think it was piss poor how they treated your girl Rock. I want you to go support Rock Chalk, and I will put her info below. I will find that old video if it's still up. She may have taken it down for privacy reasons. If it's still up, I'll put a link to it. I wanted to do this quickie with you. This sounds bad. I'm not going to say I wanted to do a quickie with you because I'm your dad. That sounds bad. I don't want that audio isolated. Fuck. I just said it again. All right, great. Anyway, we're fucking done skis, you guys. Not forever. Dad's going back to get cigarettes, but he's coming home. If you're in the Austin, Texas area tomorrow night, I was able to talk the booker into giving me more guest passes. Email me at obliviousbensonquestion@gmail.com. I will put up a ticker below. And I will get you in for free with a +1. It's at 8 p.m. I will send you a flyer. Just inquire. Wow, that rhymed. Incredible. Thank you for listening to me talk about the dogs vomiting. Thank you for listening to me talk about that homeless guy burning the fuck out of your dad and how sick that was. Thank you for following. Thank you for sending me pictures of your Hugin. It was shut the fuck up. That's fucking great. You're funny. Thank you guys for being interested and for looking at my Hugin. You have a good night. Mwah. God bless, Kevin Colt. Oh, gratis.